Hi, everyone. It's Plastic EP coming in from Melbourne, Australia. Wow, we've got a show for you. We've got things to show you. They're going to blow your mind. How are you today, Nigel?
I'm fine, thank you, Plastic, and always glad to do a video link up, bearing in mind that we do an awful lot of radio shows. It's always nice to see you in the flesh.
Now, you got something very, very special. A 501 Hoffner bass signed by Paul McCartney just for you. I mean, let's see that. I've never seen that in my life. I have to come to the house and play it.
I've had it for some time, but I just thought you'd like to see it because we haven't done a video show in a long while.
That's fantastic. Can I see the back of it? Do you know what year it was made?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's fine. I'm sure someone can tell you. What a great autograph that is. Yep, that's great.
There's the sticker, as per Let It Be. Now,
Fantastic.
What I could have done is to take the scratch plate off.
No, I wouldn't do that.
But I decided to leave it all on because therefore it's not quite as Let It Be, because there's the bassman sticker that he used.
That's fine.
But I just wanted to leave the whole lot together.
Yeah, I reckon that's a good choice.
And to go with that, seriously, there is the bag. And look what I've got on the bag, the original Selma advert.
That's great. Now, that's Selma, what is that? Brand of what?
That was the guitar place in Charing Cross Road where McCartney used to get his guitars from when the Beatles first came down to London.
That's great. Are they still going? They closed up.
Oh, they're long gone.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you for showing us that.
So I thought you'd like to see that because I've had it for some time, but never shown you.
Well, thanks for telling me about it now. Greatest hits. Fantastic. Is that great?
New set. Look at that.
Oh, that's beautiful. How many discs?
You've got 8 discs.
That's fantastic. I'll be waiting for my MP3s.
Look at that.
It's great. Love it. Isn't it amazing how much product you get and you know about it first before anyone? Because I can tell you people in the US don't know.
Well, because they're made in England, I don't suppose they would know. And that's not being disrespectful. That's the fact that I can get them from people within this country.
I know, but if they want to buy that set, where can they go? Can they go on the net somewhere and buy it?
At the moment, no.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
How about that one then?
That's a beauty too. What's it say? Recordings, 63.
Yeah, it's the whole session from 63.
That's great.
And now look, I'll open it up for you.
Please.
Absolutely beautiful CDs.
That's fantastic. Have you got your burner nearby to make them to MP3s?
So there's every recording there they did at EMI in 1963.
And I'm just saying, the clarity's fantastic, is it?
Oh, the reproduction is absolutely superb.
Okay, great. Yeah, fantastic. Yep.
How about this? I've had it for some time. Never shown you. It's a one-sided demo.
Yeah, unbelievable. Hey, that's the real deal. Happiness is a warm gun in your hand. That was the real title. Have you shown us that before?
No.
Okay. Somebody showed me that before, and I bet you it was you. Because that's where I learned what the real title was.
Well, this was a promo that was sent out to a lot of radio stations because it poked fun at authority and it had word contonations in it and it sounded very risky. And when they played it back, they decided that it was too risky to be put on air. So they tried to call the items back and they never came back. And that is one of them.
And you said one sold for £5,000, was it?
The last one that came up was valued and sold at £5,000. Yes. And there it is without the case.
It's fantastic.
And that is Apple 8.
That's beautiful.
So I've had that for some time as well, but I just thought today, since we want to do a quick chat, I thought that it would be very good to get them out and show them to you for the simple reason that also That is absolutely wonderful as well. That was the original idea for the package to release the 4 songs from Yellow Submarine as an EP.
That's fantastic.
Hold on. Now look.
Yeah, that's a bit like the Magical Mystery Tour. Yeah. And what year was that? 68.
Yeah, but what I've got is the white label demos.
Even better. They're hard to get now.
Extremely hard to get.
Fantastic. Good luck. Good on you.
Hang on. There is the bonus track.
Okay.
And once again, it's a one-sided demo.
That's unbelievable. Who's got that? So what? Did Apple put that out just to staff the one-sided demo?
It's just done as a test pressing, and I got one of the copies.
That's unbelievable, because that's why it's a test copy. There's only one side done.
That's right. And because of the situation, there's the other one. Because they were never contracted to Apple, they had to be contracted to EMI. They could never use the Apple logo, so that's why it was done that way.
People in America are going to freak out with this.
And it's not for sale. That I can tell you. It's not for sale. And the other thing, plastic, is it's in mono.
Yeah, and I saw that.
There's not, so there's not a lot of stuff and items after 69 that were in mono, because stereo was the in thing and the Vogue thing. And that was what, that was the way that the medium was going. But those are 2 very genuine Apple icons, and in my collection that I've got. And I thought for once you'd like to see them.
Well, I've never seen them, so I appreciate them. I'm saying everyone in the States will appreciate it too.
But that's my original Apple box.
And what year was that?
It was issued just to put them in, because they issued 49 singles officially on Apple, but because I've got some acetates, there's actually 60 singles in there.
Okay, but I'm just saying, when did they actually put it out? What year?
It wasn't. It wasn't. It was a one-off test thing, and it didn't make the rounds.
So how many did they release? Do you know?
Nope, I've got no idea.
Okay, but you've got one of them, but you don't know the year.
No, I've had it a long time.
Was it the 60s?
No, it was probably early 70s.
Okay, that's what I want to establish. Sure, thank you.
But it's been well looked after. It's a little tatty now, but it's been well looked after.
I've never seen it.
Anyway, the reason I wanted to have a chat with you, of course, is that when we're ready, and I think it could be next week, I'd like to obviously chat to you about doing a news program and keep the world up to date with what we're doing. I mean, the radio shows are going tremendously well that we do. And, Swindon and Poppyland they really are pushing them. And they're getting quite a lot of critical response. So I just thought that you and everybody out there would be very nice to hear that. And I also know that we've got a special project coming up for the middle of May, which you'll be involved in. Not too much can be said about that at the moment, but I know we're looking forward to that. And I did last night do some archival work, and I managed to unearth the recordings that I had, and we're going to be using these on the day. So more will be said about that in the not too distant future.
It's amazing what you got and where you hold your cards close to your chest, which is good. You always got these gems. That's amazing.
And thank you very much. But it's only what collectors do. I mean, don't forget, plastic. You do exactly the same with the monkeys. You hold your possessions very close to you, and you should be very proud of that. And I can also tell you, my wife, who is a Bay City Rollers fan, she has just this week completed the entire Bay City Rollers magazine set. She's got issues 41 and 43. So now she's one of the very few people that have got every Bay City Rollers monthly official magazine from number 1 to number 43.
Well, I got to tell you, this came out in 1972. and it's like brand new mint. I picked it up in the shop, and it's from 1972. And also, I want to show you something that's very, very special now. Okay? Now, there was a hat made for John Lennon. It's made out of the finest Italian leather. I've got one, right?
Yep.
Right? A lot of people have these. Well, the ones that, you know, can get them, they're very hard to get, right? And I want to explain to you, right? Helen Anderson Designs Limited, Art and Fashion. She's in the UK. I don't know if you know her, but she's great for you to do an interview as well. And she designed it for John, and they were very good friends, right? Just want you to know that. I've done the interview. Yep. People can go and see that. Helen Anderson Designs Limited. Art and Fashion.
Beautiful, beautiful, okay. Beautiful.
Go check it out. I'm just telling you how great it is. Look.
It's
the finest leather you can get. And there's photos of John Lennon wearing the hat because he asked what he wanted and she designed it for him. So, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
It doesn't indeed. It's made to order, my friend.
And you absolutely... And have a look at the beautiful box. We talk about quality. Comes in a beautiful box.
Beautiful.
And as I said, this is like, I'm telling you, I've never wore anything on my head that's so fine and the greatest Italian leather you can ever have.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely.
There's photos of John wearing it, so can't ask for more than that.
No,
there you go.
No, you can't. Absolutely fantastic. Really great. Now, the other thing, of course, is that we're very proud of, well, I am, is the fact that the book Inside Number 3 has gone for a second print run, which is absolutely fantastic because I love it when people write books. I've always believed that everybody's got a book within them. And when you write a book, it usually goes for one pressing, and they feel very proud, rightly, and very honoured to have done it. So I did this book, as you know, and I didn't think in the slightest moment that within a year we will be doing a second print run. And I was sitting the other day checking my emails and things, and there was 4 inquiries for the book. So hopefully that there will be more. So the situation is there could well be more to come, and I'm doing a couple of Apple presentations in the not too distant future, so it's all beginning to gel together rather nicely.
Now, can you tell everybody where they can get the book, please? And if you want to give out the email, if people want to get direct from you signed, just tell me how you work in that book.
Right, the website is www.insideandoutside3.com, and if you go to the website, hit the email button, it comes direct through to my personal private email.
Okay, that's fantastic. Sorry. You got to tell me, you're doing a second book now, aren't you?
We've started the second book, yes.
And what's that about? Just give us an overview.
We're going right back to the beginning now. When I did this book, I was very lucky to get Amanda Lehman, who you've had on your show, and she did the introduction for me and posed for a couple of pictures with my Epiphone guitar. Licensed replica, yes. Licensed, not the one, but it's a licensed one.
Yeah, and how many did they put out, Nigel?
Plastic, I've got no idea.
Okay, that's fine.
I've had that guitar for 20 years, and I've got no idea. I couldn't tell you. I'm not, sadly, an insider to Epiphone or to Rickenbacker, because you know I've got a Rickenbacker Jet Glow Black. I just I work hard to get these bits and pieces to put in my archives.
But I'm just saying that was hard to get that guitar.
They're all hard to get.
Okay.
Anybody, you can buy a Rickenbacker, and you can buy a red one or a grey one or whatever, or a different coloured one. But to get one that is the exact replica of Lennon's Rickenbacker with 21 frets, it's a C64 Jet Glow Black, and to get one is very, very hard. And it's the Lennon licensed, and the Epiphone was exactly the same. So I'm very proud to have got them. And as I say, they're not for sale. So they never will be.
What about the Paul McCartney Epiphone licensed texting guitar? I think I was selling for over 100-something thousand. Do you remember that or not?
I do remember them. Unfortunately, I'll never be able to get one. I couldn't afford that. But the point is that I am getting another guitar to add to the collection in the not too distant future. I'm going to keep it under wraps to what I've got, but it should be here with me in a couple of weeks. And that's something I've been working on for the last 4 or 5 years. Yep, it's a Beatle guitar, and I'm looking forward to using that. Now, as I said, with the answer to your question, the next book, we're going right back to 1957, 56, 57, and we're going forward to 1963, to the advent of With the Beatles. And the book is called Genesis to Number 3. Now, as I said, we were very fortunate to get Amanda Lehman as the forward writer for the first book, Inside Number 3, and she loved doing it. And as you know, Plastic, having interviewed her, she's a member of Steve Hackett's bands. And I asked her, would she mind to see if Steve could do the introduction for the first book, Genesis to Number 3, because is what it will become. And lo and behold, she arranged a meet. I went and met Steve. We had a chat. I took my Rickenbacker, and it was beautiful to see him pick it up and play all those riffs from the Beatles hits as easy as you like. It was absolutely wonderful. And I asked Steve, and Steve said, yes, he will be delighted to do the forward, an introduction to the next book, Genesis to Number 3, because Steve is a great Beatles fan as well.
Here you go. I got to show my... Since you had the bass and you wanted to base it on Let It Be, there you go. I picked the right T-shirt today, didn't I? Leslie Cavendish cut their hair and everything for the photos for the movie.
Yep. You did tell me that before, yes. So I'm very happy. I can say that the next book is under production. It will become the first book. And if you ask me why did I start in the middle, well, that was quite simple. It's because I wanted the name Inside Number 3. I wanted it as my name, and as Number 3 was where Savile Row, where it all started, that was the proper place to start the series. So now we're going to go either side, go right back to the beginning, and then we'll go into the 70s. So therefore, it then becomes a collection. So the second book is underway, and we're looking forward to it. And there are some items there that people have not seen or have simply forgotten that they existed. Like, did you know that EMI turned the band down in 1961? I have a copy of the letter. Before Epstein went back, and went back in 62, EMI turned the Beatles down. And did you also know that Decca tried to get the Beatles back after Dick Rowe had said no? They even contacted Brian Epstein, and I have a copy of that letter, to give them a proposal for the Beatles to record on Decca Records, and Brian Epstein said no.
So basically, Decca wanted to offer him a contract and get him, but they said no.
They offered him an offer. They put a structure forward where they could record for Decca. And the content is in that letter, so I'm not going to say too much.
That's all.
But Brian Epstein refused. And I think the band, well, in fact, I know that the band were very hurt and very upset, and Brian was, being the gentleman that he was. And I suppose he took it a little bit more personal than everybody else. And he refused Decca's offer to have the band record for them after they initially said no. They tried to retrieve it. So, and that letter is going to be in the next book as well.
That's amazing.
Yes, I can say thank you very much indeed, Plastic. And don't forget out there, everybody, if you want to listen to myself and Plastic spin an hour of great music and great sounds, tune in to www.poppylandradio.co.uk, where you can find us every Saturday at 6 o'clock. And then if you go to Swindon, 1055, which is Swindon 105.5 FM, you can find us at 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning. And we're spinning the sounds in musical memories. So there you go, Plastic. And a reminder for everyone of what we get up to.
Yeah, but there's a lot more to come that people don't know. I'll say to everybody out there, there's a lot of great things coming that no one knows.
And that's the way it's going to be.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you again soon.
Hello, buddy.